Let's start it.
Yes,
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sanu Aryan, with my sensational, beautiful, and adorable co-host Ekta Bhatt. Welcome you all wholeheartedly in the VC of English Aspirant Group.
Thank you so much, Shano, for this beautiful introduction. I am Ekta Bhatt and I am delighted to be your host. So, guys, today we all are gathered here for the mega speech competition on a thought provoking and insightful question of our time. Even amidst Western criticism suggesting India might not thrive as a democracy, what factors contribute to India's continued success as a democratic nation?
Yes, exactly. Ekta says it's been 77 years of independence and India is still flourishing as successful democratic nation all over the world. And why Western country criticize how India could survive as successful democratic nation? What are the reasons behind this? These all reasons will be told by our dear participants who are eagerly waiting for their opportunities. And these beautiful participants will be judged by our three honorable judges. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce our esteemed panel of judges who have volunteered their time and expertise to evaluate our speakers. So, guys, let me introduce our first judge. Our first judge is Introvert Sir, a man of few words but immense depth. His ability to listen deeply and evaluate thoughtfully makes his presence incredibly impactful. With a mind tuned to detail and fairness, he brings a calm strength to our judge panel.
Our second judge is Miss Brilliance, ma'am. As her name suggests, brilliance defines her. She is known for her articulate speech, clear thinking, and the spark she brings to every intellectual gathering. Her feedback is both insightful and empowering.
And our third honorable judge is Ansar, a passionate educator and magnetic speaker. Ansar inspires with every word. His keen sense of logic, coupled with an energetic presence, uplift the room and encourage growth in every learner. All right, people. So, whenever we conduct any kind of activity such as debate, speech competition, so there are some reasons behind it. Like today's competition is a celebration of eloquency, critical thinking, and the power of communication.
Absolutely right, Shanu. And when we talk about the importance of this topic, despite all the challenges, India's continued success as a democratic nation is a remarkable achievement. The factors which are responsible for this success are a constitution with a strong foundation, a vibrant civil society and a free press, a deep rooted culture of inclusivity and debate, adoptive and evolving democratic institution, and so on. It is important to study these factors to better understand democracy in a global context. India is not a perfect democracy, but it is a vibrant and functioning one, and its experience affect valuable lesson for other nations selecting to build or sustain democratic governance. The West must acknowledge it and learn from it.
Oh my god, exactly, Ekta says. So, guys, before proceeding for this speech competition, let me inform you all about the rules and regulation as well as judging criteria of this competition for the participants. Here, each and every speaker will have 5 to 6 minutes to deliver their speech, and our judges will be evaluating them based on their content, articulation, confidence, pronunciation, fluency, and way of expression. And it's humble request from all the participants, please be polite throughout this speech competition and do not use any abusive word or anything else which is inappropriate for the listeners. And please try to maintain the decorum of the VC. Make this a speech competition productive, insightful, knowledgeable for all of us. So, beautiful souls, without taking too much time, let's start this speech competition with great enthusiasm and excitement. We are absolutely thrilled to see so many talented speakers and enthusiastic audience members joining us today for what promises to be an inspiring and thought provoking event.
Agree, Shanu. So, guys, let's get started. Our first speaker is Mr. Maddy, who is going to enlighten us about the given topic, and definitely the chill give us profound and satisfying answer of the question. So, before that, please start the timer, Akhil.
Okay,
Hello, am I
so
audible?
Yes, yes.
Uh,
I want to ask
yes,
one
you are.
question.
Maybe wait for a while.
Okay.
Sukun sir. I want to ask one question from all the participants. So you just have to answer me. Please unmute your mic. So how's it goes, guys? All the participants, speak up. I'm audible or not?
It's very, it's very, very high.
Yeah, very excited.
And what about others? Why they're not responding?
I'm
How's
very
it goes?
curious
Yeah,
and excited, but little bit
Okay.
nervous as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Exciting.
Cool. Okay, Maddie, please go ahead, buddy.
Maddie,
Sukun
wait
sir.
for a while. Akhil, share the screen
हाँ,
and timer.
it's of 6 minutes, right? Yeah.
It depends upon the candidate. If the speaker wants to speak
No, no,
five
no.
minutes,
I,
then it's
I
fine.
wanna I wanna
And
inform them like yeah, the maximum limit of speech is 6 minutes. If any candidate or participants is finishing his or her speech within 5 minutes, it's totally acceptable, right? But the maximum limit is 6 minutes. Okay, please, Maddie, go ahead.
yeah. Very good morning, good evening to everyone. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for giving me this opportunity by organizers and hosts to talk on such hot potato topic. So, guys, like, what if I told you that the roots of the world's largest democracy were not planted in 1947, but were already growing strong over 2,500 years ago? Yes, before the Magna Carta, before the French Revolution, India already believed in the voice of the people. So, before diving into the speech, I just want to quote one famous line that the soul of India lives in its ancient practices. So, imagine the Republic of Vaishali, which was on 6th century, where people gathered not in silence, but in councils of consent. The sabhas and samithis, not just meetings, but movements of reason. The panchayat, not a structure, but a spirit where under neem trees people resolved conflicts through dialogue, but not domination. We didn't borrow democracy, we birthed it. And there is a famous quote by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar that democracy is not merely a form of government, but a mode of associated living. So, guys, when the West asks, when India really handled democracy, we must say we don't handle it, we embody it. So, now fast forward to today, 900 million votes, 1.4 billion dreams, and countless identities, and yet one electoral heartbeat. From the deserts of Rajasthan to the peaks of Sikkim, from tribal villages to mega cities, ballots, not just bullets, decides the future. Where else does that happen? A chaiwala becoming the prime minister, a tribal woman rises to become a president, an illiterate villager files an RTI against the corruption and wins. This is not chaos. This is conviction. Critics calls it noisy, messy, and slow, but I call it alive. Because democracy is not a stage play, it's a battle of ideas. We fall, we fight, but most importantly, we vote. And what fuels this democracy? It's not marble buildings, it's not mighty speeches, it's trust, it's hope. It's you and it's me, believing that every voice matters. So now let's talk about us, the youth. We are not inheritors of democracy. We are its new architecture. We tweet, we question, we protest, we participate. Whether it's climate march, a campus debate, or a startup solving rural problems, we are not waiting for change. We are becoming it. Digital India, Jan Dhan, voter education drives, online courts, social justice campaigns. These aren't slogans. They are the new vocabulary of Indian democracy. So as the world watches, confused by our noise, overwhelmed by our size, and puzzled by our diversity, let them wonder. Because we are not a perfect democracy. We are something far stronger. We are a persistent democracy. And there's a famous line by Abraham Lincoln that the best way to predict the future is to create it. makes India's democracy so special. It's not just elections, it's not just institutions, it's the mother standing in the queue with her baby to vote. It's the college student debating Article 370 in the hostel room. It's the farmer asking questions in the Gram Sabha. It's the people like us who are giving speeches on online spaces. It is all of us holding the constitution not just in our hands but in our hearts. So, guys, democracy isn't India's achievement, it is her identity. So, as long as the idea, we the people, echoes in every street, every school, and every uh, soul, India shall not only stand, it will lead. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat. And thank you so much for me to speak on such vibrant topic.
All right. A sincere confidence performance. You spoke so beautifully, and it was truly inspiring. Isn't it, Shanu?
Totally agreed, Ektasis. Oh my god, that was compelling speech. Thanks for sharing your insights with us, Maddie sir. Thank you so much. So, guys, we are now going to hear from GHKK sir. He is going to enlighten us with his thoughts on this topic. Let's welcome to GHKK. GHKK, you there?
Yeah.
I guess your voice is not coming loud.
Am I audible now?
Ektasis, is he properly audible to you?
Uh, yes, his voice is coming very low. Dear,
Huh.
please try to rejoin. We will wait for you. Uh, yes.
Yes. Please rejoin.
Hello. Am I audible now?
Huh, no, it's okay. Sukun sir, please start the timer. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, as the core of the topic is democracy, so I have to start with democracy itself. It comes from Greek word demos, which means people, and kratos, which means power. So literally, it does mean power of the people. And just to quote Abraham Lincoln, democracy is of the people, by the people, for the people. So in essence, is does describe what democracy represents. And it's not just a concept from America. It has been from the Greek city of Athens to the current Indian constitution. Even though in the Greek city of Athens it was called rule of the people, and it does restrict it to the elite class initially, and from the movement of 19th and 20th century, it has evolved in a different way according to what era it was used in. So, as far as the challenges of the democracy goes, there has always been autocracy, one party system, different financial and terrorist group which want to change the government of the system so that they can get benefit out of it. But in this new era, there are new challenges to the democracy, whether it's social media that amplifies the false narrative that erodes our democratic trust, and it creates a kind of communal outrage that the society is in uproar, and we have to rethink about our choices in country and its processing. The second challenge is in this new era would be the data protection, especially the voter information. As we have seen the global allegations that the voter information is used to make targeted ads and create a false narrative so that the votes can be go to a particular candidate. So, whenever we talk about any kind of criticism regarding a democratic institution, we have to think about this new era challenges in a democracy. As far as the Western allegations goes, there has always been three central themes in these allegations, that are the legal harassment of opposition, intimidation of media, and centralization of power. I'm not saying they are right, but there is some truth to it, and unless we will say that yes, there is some truth, we won't evolve beyond that. As far as the legal harassment goes, there has been recent surge of UAPA cases, and in that Supreme Court has to make a remark that there is a mandatory timeline so that the right of the accused can be properly upheld. Or there are cases against the opposition party leaders that somehow never find their way to their own party leaders. As far as the media is concerned, We have all seen the death threats to different media personals and the journal's sheer lack of backbone while criticizing government. The prime example would be at 9 p.m. go to any news channel in India and you will get to see the level of the media we have right now. They don't even try to research about it. They just want to shout out. Okay. And as far as the problem in the centralization of power goes, the prime example would be the recent case of government of Karnataka versus the state of Karnataka, where Supreme Court has to intervene and has to pass certain law without the intervention of the government. So when the Western start criticizing, it's not without proof, but it doesn't mean that our democracy is not thriving. Because all the examples I have said regarding the legal harassment, intimidation, or centralization of power, they have been solved because our Constitution of India provides horizontal and vertical checks and balances. So the factors that make a successful democratic nations are at the core of it is our Constitution of India. Our forefathers have thought about every scenario from top to bottom, how a particular institution or a person can damage a democratic nation, and they have created horizontal checks, which is refers to as executive, legislative, and judiciary branches, which make sure that the liberty of people are upheld. And as far as the vertical checks goes, we have election and more so where independent election commission. Just to emphasize it, as Maddie had said earlier, that ballot, not bullet, decides the Indian future. And it encompasses that which factors made India a successful democratic nation. On top of it, I would have to say an educated population powered by Constitution of India is at the core of a successful democratic India. And that's how we have been operating, and that's how we will be operating in the future. Because when we are educated, we know which rights we have, and we know why the government is making certain legislations, what is the agenda behind it, and our notion is backed by the power of the Constitution. Then only we can be a successful democratic nation that we are right now. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Well done, GSKK sir. You delivered your message with passion and conviction. That was incredibly engaging. What do you think, Ekta sis?
Indeed, certainly. That was
So who
excellent.
is coming next, sis?
Yes, our next speaker is Parvati. Uh, are you there, Parvati?
Parvati? Mighty Shiv? Uh,
He's in the last.
really? Mighty sir, you are in the last? Okay. Admins,
Yes.
please care about the participants. They are muted. Hmm.
Okay, Parvati, are you there? Please respond. Say yes or no. Otherwise, we will move to the next participant.
Parvati is present in the VC,
I,
guys.
no, she is
I
not
guess
here.
she's not.
She is not here.
So what about Mighty Shiv?
He is here.
Mighty Shiva, are you there?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm here, but I will take like 10 to 15 minutes because I'm in a hospital, so I will take time to get a quiet place.
Okay, okay,
That's
okay.
totally fine. We will give you opportunity in the last. So take your time. Okay,
Hmm.
then I'll call next participant, Nagraj. Are you there?
Parvati
No, no,
came, I
Yes.
Parvati
guess.
is here.
Yes, sir.
Parvati
Parvati
is
is here.
here.
Parvati is
Am
also here.
I audible?
Oh
Okay,
my
are
God,
you?
maybe
Okay,
you
so
joined
you
in
are
late.
here.
It's okay.
I'm
Haha,
really sorry,
Parvati.
my network glitched. Okay.
That's totally fine. So yes, Parvati. Now take the stage. It's your opportunity. Before that, Shukla, start the timer.
Parvati, go ahead, sis.
Okay. Our famous foreign minister, Mr. Jaishankar, quoted India picked democracy. We are a loud, proud society that doesn't need Western sermons on freedom. Good evening, listeners and esteemed judges. I'm Parvati, a proud Indian today, enlightening you all about the Indian democracy. Buckle up The West's been throwing shade, sneering that India's democracy is a chaotic flop. Oh, spare us. India's not just kicking it, it's killing it. With a democratic vibe powered by its five most important elements. Let's roast the Western know-it-alls, flesh ideas, wins with hard facts, and prove we are the real democratic MVPs. Number one, electoral system. The West giggles that India's elections are a wild circus, too messy to be legit. Really? Our election commission under Article 324 runs the planet's biggest voting party. In 2024, 968 million voters showed up with 65.79% turnout, topping the US's 66.7% in 2020. While the US stumbles with voter blocks, 25 strict ID laws in 17 states by 2022. India's voter IDs are for all. Back off, you sofa critics. Turnout soared from 45% in 1951 to 67.4% in 2019, with Assam hitting 81.56% in 2024. Voting for 1.4 billion in 22 languages. That's a global mic drop. Number two, judicial branch. The West whines that India's courts are slow and play political games. Slow. Try rock solid. The Supreme Court's Kesa Anda Bharti ruling in 1973 sealed our constitution's democratic core. In the US, 54% of folks in 2022 Gallup poll called the Supreme Court a political soap opera. Our S.R. Bommai ruling in 1994 stopped government overreact. West, take notes. India's courts crushed 26 million cases in 2022 and banned triple talaq in 2017. Handling 50,000 cases yearly, our judiciary makes Western courts looks like they are settling playground fights. Number three, media. Freedom House in 2023 cried that India's media is muzzled. Muzzled. Till led to over 70,000 newspapers and 379 million online news fans. The US has 6 greedy giants hogging 90% of its media. India's press exposed Big-Fours and 2G scams. When did Western media last drop a bombshell? Nehru said, India's job to shout for the millions who hurt, and the media delivers. With 1,200 TV channels by 2023, we reach 600 millions in Tamil, Bengali, and more. That's a diversity the West can't fake. Number four, executive branch. The West mourns that India's executive is a power-hungry bully. We have had 14 smooth power plants and off since 1947. The US, 400 sneaky executive moves by 2023 Georgian Congress. Our PMO delivers PM Kisan to 120 million farmers. Our executive grew GDP from 300 billion in 1991 to 3.4 trillion in 2023. Digital India links 1.2 billion, and that's the leadership with the soul. Number five, legislative breach. The West calls India's parliament a noisy, useless mess. Noisy. Try lively. We passed 4,000 laws since 1950, like RTI and RTE. The US Congress, with a measly 13% approval in 2023, dragged through 27 bills in 2022. Our 543 MPs from 28 states bring real diversity. With 106 bills in 2022 and Manrega giving jobs to 80 million yearly. A PM said, democracy doesn't pick favorites, and we proved it. In my conclusion, I want to cite the fact that the West lectures are a laughable clown show. While they fumble with voter traps, media mockles, and zero trust, India's democracy gems, uniting 1.4 billion in a bold, colorful vibe. Our 3.1 million NGOs and 298 PSUs serving 500 million via schemes like Ayushman Bharat show our civil society and public sector outshine Western models. Our democracy feeds 800 million people through multiple food security programs. India's spirit, unity, diversity, grit makes us the champs, not the West's tired script. Let's wrap with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's buck. Democracy is not just ruling, it is a shared, epic journey. India's on that journey and the world's cheering. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Means a powerful message delivered with clarity and confidence. Isn't it, Shanu?
Oh my
Means
God,
they
this is
prepared
what to
themselves
say
so
about
well.
it. Parvati dear, I mean, the research and depth of your knowledge on topic were truly impressive, dear. Keep it up like this. Like, I'm totally astonished from her, performance. Okay. So, our next participant is Nagraj. We have, Nagraj who is going to talk to us about the topic. I'm very much excited for the Nagraj. So, Nagraj is present in the VC, guys.
Yes, ma'am. My voice is
So, how's
clear.
it go, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, Nagraj, please, Sukoon sir, please start the timer.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. I
Wait, wait,
hope
wait,
all are
wait.
doing great.
Nagraj, Nagraj, wait, sir. Please restart the timer, sir. Please, see the timer. After that, you start. Okay.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Good evening. I hope all are doing great. This is Nagraj from Karnataka. I'm very excited and very glad to hear to explain about the most interesting topic. Even amidst Western criticism suggesting India might not thrive as a democracy, what are the factors contribute to India's continued success as a democratic nation? Based on the topic, I would like to give small introduction about the topic first. Some Western countries say that India may not do well as a democracy, but still India is doing well as a democratic country. What are the reasons behind India's success as a democracy? India is the largest democracy in the world. That means people in India have the right to vote, choose their leader, and speak freely. Some Western countries or people sometimes criticize India that says that India may not be able to stay strong as a democracy because of the problems like poverty, corruption, religious differences, or because of population. But still, India has been a successful democracy for over 75 years. How is this possible for India? Many Western countries and their people have often criticized India, saying it cannot remain strong as a democratic country. But India has proved them wrong by successfully completing 75 years of the independence as a proud democracy. So, what makes this possible? Let's look into the deeper aspects of this topic. What are the strengths or reasons that help India stay a democratic country even with such criticism? First reason or strength, I would like to tell you that it is a because of our strong constitution. We are setting the foundation through the constitution. I can confidently say that the constitution plays a major role. Why? Because written or detailed constitution. Our constitution is a written or detailed constitution. As we know that constitution came into force on January 26, 1950 under the chairmanship of the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Since January 26, 1950, we have been following the constitution. Over time, some amendments have been made based on the changing situations and circumstances. However, the original purpose of the constitution has not changed. No one has the power to change its core meaning. Even today, its original spirit remains the same, though though some updates were made to suit the need of the time. Fundamental rights and the duties. The citizen of India, we have exactly 11 fundamental duties and 6 fundamental rights. If you are a citizen of India and you are not receiving your basic rights or not fulfilling your duties, the law can take action against you. These rights and duties play a vital role in strengthening our democracy and contribute to the success of Indian democratic nation. And mainly, third point is separations of powers. As we know that India's law, how it structure, it mainly structures in three formats, that is legislative, executive, and judiciary. The next important topic is the separations of powers. Under this concept, the powers of the government are divided into three branches, that is legislative, executive, and judiciary. This separation helps us understand how laws works and why Indian democracy is strong and effective. First one is legislative. I will give you a simple example. In India, when we have to draft the law, we have to first it is approved by the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, then it is approved by the President of India. As we know, for example, if I'm taking Companies Act 2013, it is a legislative body. It is drafted by Parliament. Then it is we have a law, but who will implement those laws? The implement body is a executive. We call it as a executive. That is, for example, if I'm taking Companies Act 2030, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Ministry of Finance, they will implement those laws. If I'm taking the example, for under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Finance as well, under different bodies are there. For example, if I'm taking Companies Act 2013, under Companies Act 2013, and Companies Act 2013, Ministry of Corporate Affairs will come. Under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, there is some kind of bodies there, like Register of Companies, Regional Director. These are all implementing body, laws implementing body. And when I'm talking about judiciary, judiciary is the final judiciary. If it is between companies or if we say fraudulent activities, judicial body steps in to resolve issues. Bodies such as National Company Tribunal, National Company Appellate Tribunal, and Supreme Court examine whether laws being followed. Based on their findings, they take decisions and judgment and impose penalties as well. Because of all these branch, no single branch has an absolute power. As we see that, it is strengthened the foundations of Indian democracy. And if I'm talking about other things like independence judiciary, federal structure with unity, and protections of minority rights, strong institutions, power in the hands of the people through vote, these are all things made Indian democracy strength and powerful and effective. All these factors make India democracy resilient and successful. To those who criticize Indian democracy as doubt its strength, the answer is clear. For over 75 years, India has remained a strong, vibrant democracy. That's all about my explanation. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my understanding. I hope my explanation was clear and meaningful. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God, Nagraj, what a fantastic performance, man. You presented very persuasive speech. Even your network was fluctuating in between, but that's fine. Like, yeah, your confidence, your way of speaking was amazing, man. Literally. Okay, Ignasis. So who is our next enthusiastic participant? Tell us.
Indeed, like correct. Like in a last few minutes, his voice was fluctuating, but still he managed to finish his speech, and that was commendable. Next up, we next have Khushi Singh. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take the spotlight, dear. Shukla, start the timer.
All the best, Khushi. Go ahead.
Good evening, respected judges, hosts, and my dear participants, all my friends. Today I ask you to pause and reflect. How does a nation with over 1.4 billion people, 22 official languages, and thousands of cultures remain united under one idea, democracy? The answer, my friends, is India. When India gained independence in 1947, the world watched not with hope but with doubt. Western leaders, scholars, and political experts predicted that India's democracy would collapse within years. They believed a land so divided could never survive with freedom. Too poor, they said, too diverse, too chaotic. But here we are, 76 years later, not only surviving but thriving as the world's largest democracy. We didn't just prove them wrong, we redefined what democracy looks like. But some Western countries still question us. They say democracy is India is weakening. They write reports, articles, and statements. But let me ask them, who decided what democracy should look like? Is it a suit and tie Western model? Or is it the voice of a barefoot villager in rural Bihar voting with the same power as a billionaire in Mumbai. India's democracy is not perfect. No democracy is. But it is alive, loud, and deeply rooted. We argue in tea stalls. We protest on streets. We chant slogan and we cast our votes proudly. That is democracy in action. We are not a silent democracy. We are a noisy, colorful, passionate democracy. And that's our strength. Let me remind you, we have conducted 17 general elections with over 900 million eligible voters in conditions that most countries would not even attempt. From the snowy mountains of Ladakh to the forests of the Northeast, our elections officer walk miles by foot, boat, even elephant to make sure every citizen has a vote. Can any nation call that anything but a triumph of democracy? Western critics often forget their own challenges: political division, low voter turnouts, rising mistrust. Yet they question our democracy. But we don't need their validation. We have our constitution, we have our institution, we have the will of the people. We don't claim to be perfect. We claim to be free, free to speak, to choose, to dream. And yes, we have debates. We have dissent. That's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength because in India, dissent is not sedition. It is democracy. Friends, democracy isn't built by governments. It is built by you and me, by citizens who believe in voting, in questioning, in building a better tomorrow. So, when the world questions us, let us smile and say, yes, we are different. Yes, we are complex. Yes, we are India. And in our difference lies our democratic soul. India is not just a democracy on paper, it is democracy in motion, not a whisper, but a chorus of a billion voices, speaking, shouting, singing for freedom, for justice, for dignity. That, dear friends, is a democracy worth celebrating. And that, dear world, is a democracy that's here to stay. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Wow, quite inspirational, I would say, and adorable as well. Your voice is such a, very adorable. It's pleasing listening you, and you bring, motivation into this VC. Isn't it,
Yeah,
Shanu?
actually,
Yes.
Srivans is gonna be busy. He's taking off.
What happened?
I'm saying Srivans is text Srivans next to me.
Okay. Huh, yeah. Khushi, girl, your confidence and your
What?
energy was literally boosting my confidence, dear. That was truly commendable performance. Keep it up. So, as Sugun sir said, like Shivans wanna come first, right? Like what you guys are saying.
Yes, right.
Okay. Shivans, please.
Oh, is it my
Ron
turn?
man, stage is yours. You
Just,
ready?
just give me a second.
Okay.
Before that, it's a small request to everybody. If our energy is 100%, I want you to all bring 200% energy in the VC.
Yes,
It's a, quite kind of request.
true. So Shivans, you ready, sir?
Am I audible?
Yeah,
Am I
you're
audible?
perfectly audible. Ha. You're perfectly audible. So how's the Josh, sir?
Where's the timer? Yeah,
Okay.
Josh is good.
Amazing.
Where
Yeah.
is the timer?
Sukun, sir, please start the timer, man.
I'll need time.
You need time? What?
Till then, good evening, guys. Good evening, judges. Good evening, host and participants. Yes. So I'm Shivansh, and today I speak not just for India, but as India, the diverse, unstoppable force the world often misunderstands. Even amidst Western criticism suggesting India might not thrive as a democracy, first thought is seriously? The same West that once told us we are not ready for independence now doubts our democracy. That's like a man who can't swim criticizing a fish. India did not just adopt democracy, we embedded it in the soil. Since 1951, we have conducted 18 general elections, transitioned power peacefully, and invited over 950 million people to vote in the last election, the largest democratic exercise in human history. That's not a trial run, that's a legacy. But the West still throws shade. They say press freedom is under threat. Sure, we have got challenges, but let's be real, which democracy does not? The United States, proudly wearing the crown of the world's oldest democracy, saw an entire mob storm in its capital in 2021 because their leader did not want it to accept defeat. If that had happened in India, we had been handed another 50-point drop on some foreign democratic index, no question asked. And the UK, they have had 5 prime ministers in 6 years. If that is political stability, then Netflix needs to make a new genre, British political thrillers. Yet somehow, we, a country that had just 14 prime ministers in 75 years, managed to govern 1.4 billion people without a civil war, are the ones being labeled unstable. The hypocrisy really deserves a standing ovation. Let's talk about our beautiful constitution. 395 articles, 12 schedules, over 100 amendments, and still alive, flexible, and fiercely relevant. Now compare that to UK's uncodified constitution. Essentially, we go with the vibe. The US constitution, written in 1700s, has only been amended 27 times in 230 years. Democracy, more like dysfunction. But India's constitution, let's talk about it. We have used it to decriminalize Section 377 and recognize LGBTQ rights. We declared privacy as a fundamental right in a country of 1.4 billion people. That is no small feat. We enforced right to education, making school a right for every child aged 6 to 14. We implemented 73rd and 74th Amendment, empowering grassroots democracy with over 1.5 million elected women in Panchayati Raj institutions. We even passed the Women Reservation Bill, setting the stage for greater gender equality in Parliament. We created right to information, forcing transparency from the highest officers because democracy can't work in the dark. We also bought GST through constitutional amendment, one nation, one tax, which unified the Indian economy. We also launched Digital India using Aadhaar and JAM Trinity to deliver welfare directly to citizens. No middlemen, no leaks, just governance. We repealed archaic colonial laws like sedition and triple talaq to make space for a more modern, inclusive India. This is not just legal text. This is democracy in motion. This is India in action, and we are the country which does not hide our flaws. We debate them on prime time news. We don't sweep dissent under the carpet. We shout it out in the parliament, protest in the street, tweet with hashtags, file RTIs, and drag governments to court. And here's the best part. Here in India, people win. Remember Anna Hazare's anti-corruption movement? It was led by a celebrity. It wasn't led by a celebrity. It wasn't led by a dynasty or a corporate giant. It was driven by citizens, students, elders, common people demanding accountability. And guess what? The government had to listen. The Lokpal Act was passed. That is not oppression, guys. That is not autocracy. That is democracy in its truest form, vibrant, relentless, and effective. Let's sprinkle some more masala onto it. Like they say, India is too diverse to govern dramatically. Oh, really? Because, really? We have 22 official languages, 22,000 plus ethnic group, 9 major religion, and 1 voting system that connects them all. Let me remind the West, we struggle with migrant from 3 countries. We govern the migrant from every village. And in case they forgot, we count ballots across a billion people in less time than the US takes to count votes in Florida. And now, cornerstone of India's democracy, which is its youth, us. 65% of India is under 35. They don't just consume democracy, they create it. From online petitions to street protest, our youth make democracy resonate. While Western democracies age, India rises, not despite democracy, but because of it. So, to the West, thank you for your concern has been duly noted and rejected with a loud Indian style thenga. We are not here to prove our democracy works. We are here to show that it thrives, survives, and sometimes even dances. Last but not the least, we the people of India, it is the soul of our democracy, unbroken, united, unstoppable, for 1.4 billion hearts. This is our promise that every voice matters, every vote counts, every dream has the power to soar. India's democracy will continue to shine, not just in the world, but in the hearts of every nation. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Oh my God. That was really outstanding and incredible performance, Shivans. Like, your energy, your
Thank you.
confidence, your way of speaking was up to the mark, man. This is called something, ultra pro max level type of performance. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Shivans. I mean, I know like you're
Thank you.
late,
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
right? Yeah.
absolutely
So,
correct, Shanu. Means the energy Shivansh is having. Oh my God, it's I can't put it in a words. But
sure.
yes, after listening him, I just desperately want to recite one quote here, and it
Okay.
goes like this: India's democracy survives not because of the elites, but because of the ordinary voters who believe in the power of ballot. A reminder that every voice counts. So yes, um,
Yes.
up
Yeah,
next,
yeah. So, this
yes,
is like, can you see this? Like, we are done with our half of competition. Really?
yes,
Like,
true.
it's like we just started and we have completed half of our competition. Like, I'm not able to believe. What do you think?
Yes, it's going very smooth and in a good way. And touch wood,
That's the beauty,
it will be.
right? Yeah.
So shall I call my next speaker?
Yeah, yeah, why not? I'm eagerly waiting. Like Shivans has given me more hope, Like I'm waiting for other participants, how they are gonna speak. Okay, please call our next
Yes.
participant.
Up next, we have Mr. Junior. Are you there? Uh, yes, Junior. Please say yes or
Yeah.
no if you are here.
Since our
Otherwise,
coordinators are telling like he's not active today, so we need to
okay.
call him.
Uh, then shall we move on to the next candidate?
Yes, yes, sure.
Ajad, are you there? What a beautiful name you have. Ajad.
Hello,
Uh,
ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
yes, you are
Hello,
here.
ma'am.
Yes, yes. Um,
Okay, ma'am.
okay, then stage is your. The mic is all your. Um, Before that,
Okay, ma'am. Thank
Shukla,
you.
start the timer.
Ajad, sir, I guess your voice is
Yes,
not
ma'am.
coming properly, if I'm not wrong. Please speak
Now,
again.
ma'am.
Ha, no, it's
Now.
okay. Please. Ha, it's okay. All the best, Ajad.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Hmm.
Thank you, ma'am.
Again,
Before
haha,
the timer
Democracy.
begin, then you will start
please see
speaking.
the timer. After
Okay,
that,
ma'am.
you have to start. Okay.
Democracy is not just a form of government. It is a way of life. These powerful words, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar remind us why democracy is so deeply rooted in India. Good, good evening, respected judge and dear members, and all my dear friends and participants. Today, I am excited to speak on the topic. Even amidst Western criticism suggesting India's might not thrive as democracy, what factors contribute to India's continue as a silent majority? 1. as continued as a democratic nation. Dear Judge, when India became independent in 1947, many Western leaders and thinkers doubted we would survive as a democracy. India was seen as a poor, divided, and unexperienced. We had huge challenges like caste division, religious diversity, and literacy rates and poverty and regional differences. In fact, in some predictor that India would fail apart to turn into military dictators within a few years. But today, more than 75 years later, India stands all all tells such world largest democracy with regular election, political and peaceful power transfer and vibrant system of democracy. What factors contribute is the contribute in this process? That India, the Indian Constitution, the Indian Constitution, our Constitution is the backbone of our democracy. It's granted, it's granted us to the rights and freedoms to all, no matter their caste and their religion, their gender, their wealth. And for example, whether it is a farmer from the village or the rich from the Mumbai or Delhi, both have same right to the vote. It gives every Indian's voice. This is constitution provide us. The second, unity and diversity. India India has hundred of language, many of religions and countless cultures. Yet we have learned to live together with tolerance and mutual respect. We respect each other. We spread brotherhood and we celebrate each and every festivals together. For example, in Mumbai, you will find the Ganesh festival and Eid celebration and mass happening on the same street, and people join each other in the celebration. This is the unity and diversity in our country. The third, political participation in the election. Indians are highly engaged in election from panchayat to parliament. They can participate, they can vote, and they can do anything in the India. They can raise their voice and they can raise their voice against anyone, whether he's a chief minister, he's prime minister, no matter. For example, in the 2024 election, general election, over 600 million people voted. That more than the entire population of Europe. This shows how deeply people believe in the power of vote. They contribute and they voted in our country, and they believe in the free and fair elections. The fourth one, strong institution and free and fair media. The court, our courts, the election commission and media play a crucial role in the holding leaders accountable, ensuring their justice and fix their accountability on the basis of their work. For example, when nation rules are broke and happens, the media and court often step and ensure the systems and and ensure the accountability and fix their behavior itself. The fifth one, and deep belief in the people, even in the democracy. Even when if people raise their voice, like poverty, unemployment, inequality, Indians are still turned to democracy, demand change. They are doing their equal voice when peacefully. The farmers saw their rise, students raising their voice, and citizen peacefulness, and all are example of people using their democratic tools to bring change. Of course, we face challenges India still struggle with poverty, caste discrimination, and communal tension and threats to the prism freedom. But democracy gives us space to, to these to face these problems through the reform and public debate. However, India's success as a democracy is built on its strong constitution, rich diversity, active participation, free institution, and most importantly, the belief of the people. Despite all the criticism from outside, India has shown the world that democracy can survive and thrive in a complex, diverse developed nation. And I would like to end with the inspiring word of APJ Abdul Kalam: the best way to predict the future is to create it. India has chosen democracy to create its future, and we will continue strengthening it for generations to come. Thank you.
Oh my God, Azad sir, you were literally rocking the VC, but in between you were facing network issue. And I want to inform you one thing that you took 7 minutes for this speech, and I hope you are aware about the rules about of the this speech competition. Overall, it was tremendously amazing, man. Like yeah, amazing. Like, this is what do you think about his speech?
It was quite
Uh,
good. I would say nice. But yes, that was also true. Like there was some background noise as well as network issue problem. We don't want to
Yes.
interrupt and disturb your flow. So that's why like we allowed you. And
Yeah, but
yes,
his confidence and way of speaking was, quite impressive, right? Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was giving his best.
that is the one thing I would say it is common in everybody. As a host, as a
Hmm.
participant, speaker, or anyone of like we carry confidence whenever we speak, isn't it? Like this is the one thing which make us unique.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can say.
confidence. Yeah, yeah, confidence is the, mother of all other qualities. Yeah, so that's what he was doing. So again, I want to inform to the remaining participant, guys, you have 6 minute maximum limit. Okay, if you are finishing your speech within 5 minutes, that's totally acceptable. But do not cross the limit, otherwise your marks will be deducted by your honorable judges. Right, Iktasis?
Absolutely correct. And yes, like mostly on Sunday, everybody wants to, invest their time in a productive activity. And this is a great way to, invest time here and
Yeah,
educate ourselves.
yeah, true, true. And that's what we are doing right now, right?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely correct.
So I will ask one simple question to Azad. Like he was not aware about the timing, if I'm not wrong, Azad. Like I'm very much sad and concerned about your performance. That's why I'm asking to you. Uh, Azad, am I audible to you or not? Like you were literally
yes,
speaking
ma'am.
very
Yes,
well.
ma'am. Ma'am,
Like, haha.
ma'am.
I guess
Actually, I'm not in room. I'm in outside. Yeah. I'm in outside. That's why there is some echo in my surrounding.
no worries, buddy. Like yeah, you did well. Yeah, we could sense your energy, man. Yeah. So like only two, three participants are remaining. So guys, so like this is let us move ahead with our another
Okay.
participant. Okay.
All
So
right.
I wanna call again Junior. If he's present in the VC, he can take part. Otherwise, we will move ahead with another participant. So guys, Junior
I
is present
suppose
in
he
the
is
VC.
not here. Uh,
No, no, he's
yes.
not here.
Okay, Junior is not present. So guys, now we have a very great speaker, Ram sir. You there? Ram sir, you
Yes,
there?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh my God, sir, please rock the VC. All the best.
Oh, okay,
And
ma'am.
just tell me, like,
Eminence,
how's the
ma'am.
toast? Ram sir,
Yes, ma'am.
how's the toast?
Everything.
Okay, yeah, I'm very much excited for your speech, man. Yes,
Yeah,
waiting
thank
from so long.
Ines, ma'am, go
So,
ahead with the sharing screen.
Okay, okay, sir.
okay.
Thank you.
Hmm. Till then, Ram sir, how are you feeling right now?
Oh, I'm feeling good.
Okay. So, okay, go ahead, Ram sir. Please start the timer. Eminence, ma'am.
Namaskar and good evening to all lovely and beautiful people present here. My name is Ram, and on this wonderful evening, I'm going to present my insights before you all on this very special topic. So, India, the enduring bastion and true mother of democracy, honorable dignitaries, respected elders, fellow citizens. I rise today not just to speak, but to remind the world of a truth buried under colonial condescension and Orientalist arrogance. A truth that India has always known. India is not just a participant in the democratic project. It is its earliest and most enduring architect. Let me ask, when the Greek polis was still in its infancy, who held assemblies under banyan trees to debate village decisions? When the Magna Carta was but a dream, who had crafted sabhas and samitis that consulted and ruled with consensus? Was it not in the Indian Republic of Vaisali around 6th century BC, where elected kings and councils governed through public discourse and civic participation? Was it not in ancient Tamil Nadu that the Sangam assemblies deliberated over literary, economic, and political issues with rigor and fairness? Does the West speak of democracy while forgetting it was India that envisioned governance as dharma, the moral and collective duty to serve the people, not as power to be seized, but responsibility to be shouldered? As the West sailed to colonize, to plunder, to enslave and divide, India stood for integration, dialogue, and pluralism. While Europe's age of enlightenment was soaked in the blood of conquest and coercion, India, fractured and wounded by invasions, still carried the spirit of tolerance and participative governance in its village panchayats, tribal councils, and public discourse. Yes, democracy was interrupted by colonial chains, but not extinguished. And when 1947 arrived, we didn't borrow democracy, we reclaimed it. Ours was the first universal adult franchise at birth, a feat no Western nation had ever attempted when they first became democratic. And yet, those whose hands are drenched in the blood of colonized nations, who built empires on the backs of slaves and the loot of our temples, have the audacity to preach to us? Can the West, with its support for apartheid regimes, coup d'etat in sovereign nations, and silence on global inequity, ever truly claim moral superiority? India, with 1.4 billion voices, countless languages, faiths, and traditions, runs the largest democracy in the world not with ease, but with unmatched endurance. Our elections are not just a technical act, they are civilizational celebration. We have faced internal challenges, emergency, insurgencies, and ideological divides. But each time the system self corrected. Why? Because our democratic DNA is not imported, it is inherited. Let the world know democracy in India is not a Western transplant, it is a native bloom. We are not perfect, but our journey is sincere. Our debates are messy, but our ideals are intact. We may falter, but never fall. So I say this to the critics clogged in hypocrisy. Those who live in glass houses of hegemony should not throw stones at the wood's most diverse democracy. India was the mother of democracy, is its strongest pillar today, and will remain its guiding light tomorrow. Let this be our message to the world. You may try to define us with your narrow frame, but we will continue to define ourselves with our ancient wisdom, modern resolve, and democratic soul. Thank you.
Oh my God, Ram sir, it was truly very persuasive speech. And I mean, thanks for bringing very unique perspective about this speech, man. Like what I expected from you, you did the same. Wow, it was incredible and adorable performance. What do you think,
Thank you so much.
Ekta sis?
Certainly correct, means he's blessed with such a calmness. I mean, the
Yeah.
clarity, the way he speak, it was quite enticing, I would say. For
Yes,
me,
calmness in his voice,
yes,
man, that was truly, amazing. And it was also giving, motivation to us. Like, yeah, we have to speak with such
yeah, I
calmness,
truly
right?
feel motivated.
Yes, yes, true. So, who
Okay,
is coming next, sis?
yes, Simran, are you there? Say yes or no if you are here.
Yes, ma'am.
Kind.
Simran is here, but he's okay. Now it's unmuted.
I unmuted her. I guess she's the same Simran, or did
Yeah,
you?
yeah, I'm here.
So, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, please
You
go ahead.
can
Thank you
claim
so
the
much
stage. Yeah.
for informing to us. Like, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, Eminence ma'am, go ahead with the sharing screen.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, sir.
share a screen. When the timer start, you can deliver your speech.
Now it's
Good evening, everyone.
showing.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, perfectly. You are audible.
Okay, but where
No,
is my
no, just
mic?
I want to know my screen sharing with you all or not.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
it's
Yes,
visible.
yes.
Yeah, and the timer is showing.
yeah, it's showing.
Okay, okay, okay.
Oh, but you have
And
to
it's
restart the
supposed
video.
to mute it. That time it is an invisible. Okay.
It's not visible right now. How can I?
Okay, I'll do it.
Ha,
I'll
ha.
do it. No way.
So is there
Let
any
it be.
issue
I'll
with
do it.
Sukoon, sir?
I
Yes, you
don't
can.
know. I'm not able to share my screen.
No worries, evidences, no worries. Okay, Sukoon sir will do this.
Hmm. Till then, uh, Simran, how's the energy?
Keep it six. Okay, Simran, all the best, dear. Rock the
Okay,
VC
yes,
lady.
all the best.
Thank you. Uh, Good evening, everyone. Today I am going to speak on a very important and proud topic. India's enduring success as a democracy stands firm even amidst criticism from some Western nations questioning its democratic resilience. So, introduction. India is known all over the world for many things. Its rich culture, history, diversity, and achievements. But one of the biggest achievements of India is that it is the world's largest democracy. Since gaining independence in 1947, India has followed the democratic path with great pride and commitment. Even though some Western countries sometimes criticize India's democracy, the truth is India continues to stand strong and united and democratic. So, India, the largest democracy in the world. India has won 900 million voters, and every citizen above the age of 18 has the right to vote. From big cities to small villages, people stand in long lines to cast their vote. This shows how much people believe in democracy. India holds regular elections. We vote for our prime minister, members of parliament, state leaders, and even village heads. The, these elections are conducted peacefully and mostly fairly. This proves that democracy is alive in India. Strong constitution and equal rights. India follows the constitution written by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and others, which clearly defines the rights of every Indian. It gives us first freedom of speech, second freedom of religion, third right to equality, and fourth right to vote, and fifth right to education. So These rights make sure that every Indian is treated fairly, no matter what religion, caste, or background they belong to. Third, like India's diversity and unity. India is a land of many religions, languages, and cultures. Still, we live together in peace and celebrate our unity. This is only possible because of democratic values that respect every individual's identity. Other countries may be smaller and more similar in culture, but India has managed to stay united despite its great diversity. That is a big success for any democracy. Fourth, like criticism from Western nations. Yes, some Western countries and media criticize India. They question of India. India is still a strong democracy. They raise issues about freedom of the press or political disagreements. But we must understand every country has problems, and criticism is not always fair or complete. Often these countries do not fully understand India's ground reality. India answers such criticism not through arguments but through its actions. Free election, free elections, peaceful transitions of power, and strong institution. Indian people, the real strength of democracy. So, the true power of India's democracy is its people, whether it is through voting, protesting, raising voice on social media, or participating in debates. Indian citizens are active and aware. We do not blindly follow, we ask questions and demand answers. That is what makes democracy strong. Even during difficult times like the pandemic or political unrest, the spirit of democracy remained alive among the people. Like India sets an example for the world. India is still a developing country. It faces challenges like poverty, corruption, and inequality, but even then, India never gave up on its democratic values. In many ways, India has become a role model for how democracy can work in a diverse and large nation. So, and lastly, I want to say, as a conclusion, uh, to conclude, I want to say, India's journey as a democracy has not been easy, but it has been inspiring even when the world doubts us. India continues to show strength, stability, and spirit. Our democracy is not perfect. No democracy is, but India is improving every day, and the belief of its people in democracy is what makes it truly powerful. Let us always remember the strength of our country lies not only in our leaders but in our constitution, our rights, and in every citizen who believes in the democratic spirit of India. Thank you.
That was truly commendable, Simran. You really performed well. And the way you
Thank
were
you.
delivering your speech, girl, like full patience and command on your speech, that was amazing, girl. Yeah. So now I'm gonna address our next participant, who is organizer of this speech competition, Preet Sis. Sis, you there?
Yes,
Preet.
I'm here. Yes,
Oh
yes, I'm
wow,
here.
lady. Okay. So please rock the VC. Stage is yours. All the best.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are saying thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. My heart is
Rock
being
the
tuk
VC,
tuk
but
tuk
I'm very much
tuk.
excited for your performance, dear. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So first, I would like to say this to all of my guys. My heart is being tuk tuk tuk. It's the first time I entered representing my opinions.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I will
So, hello.
Please start the timer.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Okay, you're trying. Okay. So, is there any problem with Sukoon, sir? Or
I don't
is
know what the problem
Maybe the
I'm facing
battery
right
issue.
now.
If
Please keep your
Eminence is
network.
Means,
not
ma'am,
able
you
to
you
share a
don't do
screen,
that.
then
I'll be
we will
doing that.
call Aspire.
No, no,
Okay,
I'll
okay.
be
No
doing
one
I
that.
can
don't.
respond.
Okay.
So who is going to share the screen? So Kun sir? Preet says, go ahead.
Okay. So first, I would like to thank my beloved sweet host and judges and rest of my participants, the one who will be to listen me. Uh, First, I would like to define this why India is a democratic country and what is the problem between digestive system in a Western country. They have to always to criticizing India isn't a democratic country. Look, everybody know about it. India is the very largest democracy in the world. Largest. When I don't have a single word, I can introduce that India is more largest democratic country. I would like to be growing the ancient civilization moving forward as a modern republic. Since gaining independence in 1947, having embraced democracy not only a political system but as a way of life. With its vibrant electoral process, multiple system, independent judiciary, and diverse population, India has often been held as a successful democratic experiment. However, it's very simple as a however, despite this strength, India frequently finds itself at receiving into criticism, particularly from a Western country, Western nation. These are criticizing often revolve around press freedom, religious harmony, religious independence, and the treatment of minorities. So while some of these observations must seem for a genuine concern, many appear selective or political motivated liking on the nonsense understanding of India's socio, cultural and historical complexity. This easily explores why India is often criticized by Western powers, nations, countries. Even still I haven't got to understand what's the problem in disaster system of a Western country and how and why India can maintain its democratic details with asserting its own unique identity. Everybody knows about what is the label, what is the notable strength of being a democratic country. India is a democratic remarkable country size, diversity, socioeconomic challenges, right? Within our, could I say that 90, 100 billion eligible voters, regular nationals and state elections are held in peacefully and structural manner. The Elections Commission of India is widely represented for its independence and efficiently India's constitution guarantees fundamental rights such as freedom of speech, religious, and equality before the law. Despite economic disparities and social divisions, India has managed to preserve a functional democracy where leaders are held accountable by people. The judicial system, thought burdened with delay, has historically acted as a guarantee of the constitutions and individual rights. Civil society, talking about the civil society, seriously, oh my god, civil society organizations, students, unions, and grassroots movement play a significant role in keeping democratic values alive. Talking about the Rights of Information Acts, for example, is a very powerful tool of citizens to demand transparency, accountability from the government. Okay, now I'm a little bit talking about the challenges faced in India's democratic countries. The first questions like what is the suffering between the democratic countries and is being at this India like at the same time to the India isn't without flair. Issues like corruption, communalism, caste waste, discriminations, press conspirations, more violence, and political polarized are real and cannot be ignored. I mean, let me know in which country these are not. Every countries in the world are facing this kind of footage. But rest of the differences between little and more. The so in the shrinking space of dissent, misuse of law, like dissent is the yopa, that which we call unlawful activities represented act, and attack on journalistic and activity. More we were talking about this year, religious intolerances and communal tensions have essentially married India remains as a secular nation. Questions have also been raised about electoral funding transparency, judicial delays, and media ownership that affects the democratic process.
Okay, now I'm talking about why these Western countries and Western, nations are always to criticizing. I mean, what's fair or selective? I've heard just few days ago, like the former president of India have to call address as our prime minister of India. Modi in India. Like they have to. He's belong very small country. Oh my God, who would told him that? Like he's belong from the such of countries whether you're state is straight home to have a very small nearest population and you call him Mr. Modi as he belong from a small country. What the hell is going on? Even I don't know who will be to respond to him. So Western countries, let's talking about the United Nations as I've said that the former president and talking about the various European countries often highlighted these issues in international forums, global indices, and the media's coverage reported by organizations as a freedom access. Reporters without broader dissemination international frequently rate India lower than parameters like press freedoms and or civil liberties. While some of this criticism may be granted, in fact, it's also very important to question its objectivity. Many Western countries have their own histories of colonialism, racial discriminations, and interference in other nations' internal affairs. Often, these countries lectures India on democracy. Oh my God, I mean, I don't have to listen around. Additionally, I would like to just mention on one word on this Western narrative often lacks cultural context. Seriously, lack cultural context. India's issues are deeply rooted in centuries of social stratifications and colonial explorations. Applying Western label framework without understanding India's complexities can lead to a modified or steep view. Those same standards are not always applied uniformly. For example, you can take the other example with cultural economic tagged on the Western power. The role of the Western media is, oh my God. Just I said that, give me a few small example. This just few days ago said how they have to call up Mr. Modi. They belong from a very small country. Western media is always a significant roles, mapping global perceptions of India. News agencies like talking about New York Times, BBC, and crunches of the report. There's always a different problem. While journalism is meant to question and inform, the selective focus on only a negative aspect can create an imbalanced narrative. Stereotyping and as a chaotic, intolerant, and regressive society ignorance the tremendous progress. Think tank and international NGOs, could I say that NGOs, many of which are implausible Western culture contributed to narrative sometimes. Oh my God, even I don't know why is the other one of which is what. I won't go into much, but yes, I would like to say that India's response on this criticism. Everybody knows that India as a democratic nation must not become a defensive and dismissive in the face of international criticism, contestatory criticism. Could I say that? With a democratic affluence should be seen as a opportunity for reform and involvement at the same time. India has the right of questions, the credibility, consistency, and motivation behind such criticism, rather than reacting emotionally or aggressively. Oh my God, India can respond by showcasing a democratic resilience, strengthening institutions, ensuring media freedom, protecting minority rights, and promoting transparency in governments will naturally silence and fair criticism over time. You began to see this how India was responding that it.
Your time is up, Harpreet sir, sis. Your time is up. I
Oh,
mean,
I know this topic is too very horrible for me. I can speak continuously without anyone's disturbance. Okay,
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 okay. But
okay.
you took
Yeah,
eight
now I
minutes,
should be
sis.
to
Like
stop
it's beyond our
myself.
limit, right? Yeah, it's beyond our limit. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, your speech really added a value in this competition, and it seems like you had done lots of effort. You had done put lots of effort on your accent, British accent. That was truly commendable and incredible for all the listeners, girl. What do you
Yeah.
think, Ekta Bhatt?
I appreciate her effort and energy. The fluency she has was quite commendable. It's truly nice. The speed was quite so fast, I would say, and yes, but she exceeded time limit.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. She took
uh,
8 minutes. So yeah,
I would
yes.
like
that is
to wish me
incredible.
that judges will not to cut off my marks just because I have to
No,
take more.
no, no. It's the rule. It's the rule, dear. It's the rule. Like you
Yeah,
just
rule
have
is rule.
to. Yeah, okay. So Ekta says, who is our next participant? Please.
Yeah, up next we have Krishna. Krishna, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, now all eyes on you. Let's hear what you have to say. Before that, Sakun start the timer.
Krishna is there?
Yes.
Yes,
How's it
he
go,
is.
sir?
I
Krishna, sir?
now I'm
Mm-hmm.
starting. The enduring echo of democracy in India, friends, colleagues, fellow believers, is the power of the people. We gather today amidst
Wait,
a
wait,
global
wait.
landscape.
Krishna, sir. Wait. Please care about the time first. Please restart the timer, sir. Okay, go ahead. All the best.
The enduring echo of democracy in India, friends, colleagues, fellow believers, in the power of the people. We gather today amidst a global landscape where the very notion of democracy faces scrutiny and at times outright challenge. In this context, it is pertinent to reflect upon the enduring democratic experiment that is India, often viewed with skepticism by some in the West who question its capacity to truly flourish. India stands as a vibrant testament to the resilience and adaptability of democratic ideals in a diverse and complex society. To simply dismiss India's democratic journey as a fluke or a fragile endeavor is to overlook the deep seated factors that continue to nourish its roots and allow it to not just survive but thrive. One of the most significant pillars of India's democratic success lies in its deeply ingrained democratic ethos. While the format and structures of democracy were adopted post-independence, the spirit of participation, debate, and dissent has deep historical roots. From ancient village councils to the philosophical traditions, emphasizing dialogue and diverse viewpoints, India has long possessed a cultural inclination towards collective decision making and the acceptance of differing opinions. This inherent pluralism, through sometimes challenging, forms the bedrock of its democratic character. Furthermore, the active and consistent participation of its citizenry is a powerful engine driving India's democratic machinery. Despite socio-economic disparities and logistical hurdles, millions of Indians actively exercise their franchise in every election. From the national level down to local self-governance, this enthusiastic engagement, often exceeding participation rates in stabilized Western democracies, underscores the faith of the common person in the democratic progress as a means of shaping their destiny and holding their leaders accountable. The sheer scale and vibrancy of Indian elections are a powerful testament to its commitment. Another crucial factor is the robust and independent institutional framework that has evolved over the decades. The Election Commission of India, for instance, stands as an exemplary body renowned for its impartiality and effectiveness in conducting free and fair elections. Similarly, an independent judiciary, while facing its own set of challenges, continues to act as a crucial guardian of the Constitution and the rights of citizens. The presence of a vibrant and often vocal media, despite concerns about ownership and influence, also plays a vital role in the holding power accountable and fostering public discourse. Moreover, India's democracy has been strengthened by its ability to accommodate and manage its immense diversity, linguistic, religious, ethnic, and regional differences, which could easily become fault times, are largely navigated within the democratic framework. The federal structure of the Indian Constitution allows for the representation and empowerment of diverse regional aspirations. While tensions and conflicts do arise, the democratic process provides mechanisms for their articulation and resolution, albeit sometimes imperfectly. Finally, the continuous evolution and adaptation of its democratic practices have been key to India's success. The system has shown a capacity to learn from its experiences, address shortcomings through legal and electoral reforms, and adapt to the challenging socio-political landscape. The increasing awareness and assertion of rights by marginalized communities facilitated by the democratic space further strengthens the inclusiveness and resilience of the system. In conclusion, while criticisms from the West regarding India's democratic trajectory may stem from differing perspectives and perhaps a lack of full appreciation for its unique complexities, the evidence on the ground paints a complete, compelling picture of a nation deeply invested in the democratic ideals.
The ingrained ethos of participation, the active engagement of its citizens, the strength of its independent institutions, its ability to manage immense diversity, and its continuous evolution all contribute to India's enduring success as a democratic nation. India's journey is not without its challenges, but its unwavering commitment to the principles of self-governance offers a powerful and inspiring example to the world. The echo of democracy in India is not fading. It is growing stronger with each passing election, each act of civic engagement, and each step towards a more inclusive and just society. I'm closing my speech by a famous quote by Bapu Mahatma Gandhi. He says, the spirit of democracy is not a mechanical thing to be adjusted by a evolution of forms. It requires change of heart. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Okay, are you done with your speech? I suppose, right? Um,
Yes,
okay.
it's done.
Y-
Mhm.
Yes, that was, powerful message, and I can say he has good command over the subject and the delivery presentation. It was an excellent work,
Indeed,
and
indeed, it was, informative speech, Ekta says.
yes,
So,
yes,
guys,
indeed it is.
yeah, so guys, now we have our last signing star of this speech competition, Mighty Shiv. Sir, you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. I'm audible.
Yeah, you're perfectly audible, sir. So, you're the last one of this speech competition. Please give your best. Rock the VC man today, okay?
Yeah, ma'am. I think you missed something. Like, how was those you don't ask me?
Okay, okay. Where is Sukoon, sir?
If he is not here, we will call Aspire. Okay, he is.
Yes, sir. So, Mighty sir, please go ahead. All the best.
Yes, ma'am. Hello and namaskar to all learned jury and host of today's speech competition, and my all amazing participant and my friends. I'm Mighty Shiv, one of the learner of this English aspirant group. So, without a delay, I let's start with my speech on the topic of Western countries criticize suggesting India might not thrive as a democracy, but focus. Yeah, yeah. Even Western countries suggesting India might not thrive as a democracy. What factors contribute to India's continued success as a democratic nation? So, first and foremost, I want to describe the what is a democracy. Democracy is a system of governance adopted by the countries, and it is held as like a government of people, as described by one of the quotes from the Abraham Lincoln, the president of USA in back in eras. The his quote about government of people. It is quote described as of the people, for the people, and by the people. The government is governed by the people for their own benefit, and it is one of the best system over the world. And we can surely say that because we have such a uh, 75 years of experience living in a democracy of India. India democracy is not new to India. Somewhere it's in historical proof. We noted that the samitis and gram panchayats are happening in India, and it's also mentioned in the Rig Vedas. So yeah, the new concept of the democracy is quite new for India. It's derived from uh, the wars, the world wars, and the revolution happens in America and France. So on that pressure, the human rights and the other slavery problems emerged as a democracy to prominent source to governance. So even India as get independence at the same time, Pakistan also get in 1947, but still one country is stated as a failed nation and another one as a thriving global leader in a vibrant democracy. Yeah, there is some factors that proving that the contribute to success of India. There are strong democratic institutions such as independent judiciary. One of the Supreme Court is also having such a power. Also, in a three legislature, executive and a judiciary system, one of the judiciary having such a power in India to discard any decision given by parliament or legislature authority. It is derogatory to India's democracies. So, yeah, Supreme Court can discard it. And one of the main institution is Election Commission of India. He tries to conduct a fair elections in India all over the India by providing such a equipments to conduct it. And the civil society in India, it's also the one of the institution that helps throughout the uh, preserving the India's democratic jury. But still, for the criticizing thing to India's democracy, the corruption, social inequality, criminalization of politicians, weakening of institutions such as uh, law enforcement agencies such as ED, CBI are misused by Indian government many times, and polarization of uh, political members to divide to make a social divide. It's make democracy in a some way weaker, but still we need to improve. And another fact is literacy and awareness among the people of India is quite low compared to the Western or other world. On this factor, I would wish to India should improve because I love the India and we love the India. Despite being having such deficiencies, it doesn't mean that the other nations don't have. They they also have such deficiencies, but compared to them, I think we need to improve a lot more. And these are the some issues and deficiencies compared to the Western nations. And yeah, we should improve the most. India's democracy is a complex and evolving story, and it is an experimental thing done by our freedom fighters in that area. And I think the experiment is successful. By the ending, I want to quote the another quote by Atal Bihari Vajpayee. It is in Hindi. Sorry, I will translate in. सरकारें आएगी सरकारें जाएगी पार्टियां बनेगी बिगड़ेगी मगर ये देश रहना चाहिए इसका लोकतंत्र रहना चाहिए इट मीन्स government will come and go and they will party will make coalition of their government uh, but still nation will live long and democracy will live long. Thank you guys, thank you for having me here and thank you for opportunity.
That was truly insightful, informative speech, might I say. And I'm very much impressed by your speech because you were totally calm and composed throughout your speech. Thank you so much, Maita sir, for taking part. What do you think, Ekta says?
So true, Shanu. Means, yes, he was incredible. And, after listening them all, I can say like every participant has shown us that they are champion in their own. Right?
Great.
What do you think? Means,
Yeah,
correct,
yeah,
na?
I'm totally agreed. Like, yeah, all were gem, man. All were gem. They were all, very
Yes.
confident, and the way they were delivering their speech, it was truly fascinating for me and as well as for the listeners also. Yeah, because
Yeah,
we are
let's
witnessing
applaud
this.
their spirit and dedication. A virtual applaud,
Yes,
I
yes.
can say.
Because we are witnessing this, speech competition from starting, so we understood like how much they were confident and how
Hmm.
they were, delivering their speech. Yeah, this was amazing.
Correct. And just
And
like
our
that,
last,
we come to
uh-huh.
yeah, just like that, we come to the end of this today's enriching journey through powerful speeches. But before we wrap up here, I'd like to take a moment to express our sincere appreciation to our amazing jury panel, Mr. Ansh, Mr. Introvert, and Miss Brilliance. We extend our deepest thank you to our esteemed judges. Your expertise, dedication, and discerning eyes were instrumental and in ensuring a fair and thoughtful evaluation of all the participants. We truly appreciate the time and effort you have invested here in this group, in this competition.
And yeah, I'm totally agreed with your point, sis. We also want to acknowledge the tireless work of our coordinators, Sagar sir, Akhil sir, Eminence ma'am, and our organizer of this speech competition, Preet sis. She has done a lot for this speech competition, so a special thanks goes to her. Guys, your meticulous planning, attention to details, and unwavering commitment behind the scene made this event run smoothly and seamlessly. Thank you. Thank you so much for your dedication. And of course, like our heartfelt gratitude goes to all the participants. Maddie, GSKK, Mighty Shiv, Parvati, Nagraj, Khushi, Shimran, Azad, Ram, Shivans, Krishna, and Preet. Your talent, creativity, and passion were truly inspiring. You all demonstrated courage and skills in sharing your voices, perspectives with us. Today, we commend each and every one of you for your hard work and dedication. You should all be incredibly proud of yourself.
Agreed. And a special thanks and gratitude goes to our beautiful, determined to listen, knowledgeable speeches to our all the listeners whose present added value in our preparation, whose presence give us meaning to our hard work, and also motivate us for more this kind of productive activities in this group. It really means a lot, guys.
Exactly, Ektasis. Like, dear participant, once again, thanks for taking part in this speech competition. You guys were literally a gem of this event. I'm very much glad to inform you that your results will be announced on tomorrow at 8 p.m. in the VC of English Aspirant Group. I'm reminding you again, your result will be announced on tomorrow at 8 p.m. in the VC of English Aspirant Group. Till then, folks, please keep patience, stay positive, stay healthy, and always keep taking part in such activities.
Yes. Thank you again joining. Thank you again everybody for joining us today, and we are honored to have you all with us. Uh, the essence of competition lies in learning and growing and enjoying the process. So, with that note, we conclude here and keep learning, keep shining. Jai Hind. Now stop the.
Before
Yes, thank
winding
you.
up the recording, I would
Mm-hmm.
before
Please speak.
winding up the recording, I would also like to express my heartful thanks to each contenders. They really made the VC's ambience, coordinating, and enthusiastic. We as the audience really cherished that, enjoyed it, and they shared factors which contribute the thriving democracy of the India was really thinkable, and it was like the ground reality of the India, and also it was a big slap to the Western country who condemn the criticizes the India's democracy. So a big round of applause to all the participants, the audience, and the host and judges. Hats up to all. Thank you.
Thank you so much to you, Sukon sir, for